Hello there, Miss Nama's Oracle here with a pop-in collective message. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a collective reading, so this reading may or may not resonate with you. It is not time specific or sign specific, so please take the messages that apply and simply leave the rest. I always say that, right? Sorry you guys had to miss me for a few days, or well, a day. Yeah, a day. I'm like, sis been busy, we've been busy. I'm just gonna get whatever wants to be spoken of tonight. I don't have any particular downloads right now, so it's a blank slate. The slate is clean. The slate is very clean when there's a tower. We'll see where this goes, but the tower is off to an interesting start. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, I got distracted. That's being single. That's being free and independent. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I see a little goose chase, guys. I don't know what this is about, but I see a little goose chase. That's my single person. In this energy of sneaking away because there's someone chasing them. Now, I feel like energetically, now how can somebody chase a person? No, that doesn't mean they're literally running them down across the street, chasing, but it's like this person is moving in a very sneaky way. It's the same energy here in yellow, because it's like they're preoccupied with somebody who wouldn't be happy with them being in this state, being independent. Okay. What's behind this Knight of Swords? Three of Coins. Dang. This person got a lot of influence. Whoever is chasing them, whoever this is, has some kind of influence or got an order. Oh, wow. They were ordered. I see a Queen of Swords part of this group who ordered somebody to go after an individual. So it's like this person has minions. Whoever is at the head of keeping an eye and being preoccupied with whoever this is, seeking their level of independence, has multiple people doing their bidding, doing their dirty work, including going after whoever this is. Now, I don't know if this is a literal chase, because to me that seemed a little bit far-fetched, but it's not so crazy after all, because this is someone physically doing something. The Knight of Swords is like a goon. This person got a goon to go after whoever this is who's trying to sneak off. This reading is already off to a very interesting start, but that's what I got. Damn. So what's this all about? New beginnings? Let's see. Two of Cups. This got something to do with a relationship. Whoa. The person here is like not giving up on a relationship of interest or of importance. There's a lot of monitoring going on with this Page of Swords. Someone here is holding on to a relationship for dear life. Yeah. I'm seeing almost like there's a person that an individual would often go back to. It's like the Six of Cups is the past. There's someone here who's on alert because someone always returns to them. It's like there's always an abandonment and then a return. An abandonment and then a return. And this person's used to somebody being in and out. They're used to this person being a little unreliable, flighty, immature. So they're very like used to somebody returning to them. But this same Nine of Pentacles person is moving slowly in a very practical, steady way. It's like they're maturing or they've matured and they feel the need to move forward but in a way where they're moving forward undetected from someone who always expects them to return. It's like someone here is on high alert because they're used to, after the abandonment, you see how this person turns their back? They're used to this individual coming back, maybe even bearing gifts, kissing ass. Like, I don't know what this is. They're used to this person coming in, maybe even for sex. I'm going to be very honest, the Knight of Wands is very sexual as well. It's like they're used to this person always coming back. This person will always end up in my bed, I'm hearing. Wow. So, what have I gotten into here? Six of Pentacles. A lot of giving and receiving. Exchanging with this person is kind of tiring on somebody. They're overwhelmed. They're not really, they've been doing something. It's been routine, okay? Something has been somebody's routine. With the Page of Coins, I feel like this is someone who was introduced to a new way of things, okay? Yeah, a different avenue of life. Because I feel like this exchange, they've been doing it for a while. Something could have even been like very practical or financially driven in this situation or in this relationship. But someone has been introduced to a new way of relationships, I feel, or dealing with partnerships in general. Because it's all centered around this Two of Cups. It's like, oh wow, so that exists. It's a different cup. It's a different way of life or a different way of looking at things. Yes. I even see somebody like getting it right. Like, what does a harmonious relationship look like for me? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What does the Four of Wands look like for me? I feel like this is someone who was introduced to something different from what they're used to, because there's something cyclical about this abandonment versus reconciliation crack. It's like this person was always like crack would return to somebody. This could have been a trauma bond of a sorts, but it's like, yeah, I will always, this person, it was a given. This is someone who's been in a very wounding situation, but they're still there to a certain extent. I feel like this, I don't know why. It has something to do with like this sense of loyalty almost. Like, it doesn't matter where this person goes, they always end up back here. But this is someone who's like, wait, huh? There is something more stable, or there's another way. Like, this is a very, it's like you're used to what you know until you're introduced to something else kind of energy. And this is someone who had another idea of what the Four of Wands looks like. For some of you, someone was convinced it was only in their wildest dreams or only in their fantasies does this Four of Wands exist. It's a fantasy, it's a haze, but they were introduced to it. The Page of Coins is always like introductions, friendships, learning something new, right? This person with the Six of Swords, Judgment. The Six of Swords is a transitionary card. I'm going to transition from one way of doing things to another way of doing things. The first way of doing things kind of left me in this wounded state, exchanging with it all the time, or exchanging. To me, it's about a lifestyle or a way of dealing with one's relationships. This person is like, oh, so there's something else, or oh, there's another way of doing things. Yes. And now the Divine is like, well, we blow the horn. Judgment is the final call. You either transition or you keep dealing with this. But from the top of the reading, I saw somebody tiptoeing in the Seven of Swords to head to that state of independence, to head to that state of being on a clean slate, to do this thing differently. And by this thing, I mean partnerships. Because I could see something very codependent there. It was there briefly. I was like, yes, this person, even this Page of Swords with the Knight of Wands, that's that very immature energy who knows this person's about to make a final decision. So it's like Source is asking for a final call. This person is on alert. This is the same immature, impulsive, maybe very sexually sporadic person. Something about this person, like, I'm getting this weird energy of someone who knows when to toss themselves somebody's way. They know a person's wounds. They know a person's like weaknesses. There's something about this individual who I'm picking up on. Always, like, this person will always return to me. So they know what to do. And they picked up on something differently. These two people, like, I don't care if this is, to me, it's not somebody new. These two, I feel it's a relationship, have been dealing with each other for years, okay? For some over 10 years. This is strange. So this is someone who has specifically studied their partner to a point where they know when something is off, or they can feel it, or they know when it's like, oh no, if, I don't know, Joey gets off of work, Joey always gets this and then stops right here and then comes, and it's like 2.3 miles before they come here, and I know because they smell of this, so I know they've been to the bakery, and then they come from the coffee shop, and then they do this, and then at 6 o'clock they'll be at the gym. This is someone who studies this person. And most of what I'm getting is channeling, but like dead ass, it's this person knows. So they're very on edge because they know somebody's moving different, and they are, but they're moving in an undetected way because the divine has called judgment on this for this person to make a decision. This is not just a fantasy. This actually exists, and you won't achieve that healthy sense of partnership where two people give and love equally in a healthy way. You won't achieve that going back to that crack. I'm hearing it tastes or smells like crack. It acts like crack. It's an addictive trauma bond. It's like a high and a low. It's abandonment meets but come back. It's on and off again type of, it's like crack. I don't know what that was. That could just be a codependent reaction. But when I see this, to this, it's like, to me, you know, when it's kind of like children, right? They play with a toy and they keep playing with that one toy and they're so used to it. It was very special, and then it's like they're introduced to, I don't know, Legos, and it's like, what, we can build we can build trains and all kinds of stuff with Legos. We can build airplanes with Legos. Whoa, that's, I didn't even know that existed. It's that level of, wow, if I had known this. Do you understand? Something almost seemed a little bit too whimsical for somebody, but it's not that whimsical anymore. We have a 3 of Cups coming up crooked. This is someone who could have been in a third-party narrative because they've been dancing around what to do. Well, I'm used to my trauma bond, and there's a third energy introduced. So what am I going to do? Am I going to... This is, you know, I always call this little guy here a pinhead, because this is someone who doesn't know how to drop either situation. It's like, I don't want to drop this shiny new thing or drop my trauma bond. So there has been a cycle here where this person goes back and forth between, well, this is a codependent person. Now, you can't tell me otherwise. Whoever I'm reading on is codependent. They don't know how to release the trauma bond they've been used to for years, I'm hearing, or embrace the new. Okay? Yes. So this person actually enjoyed getting their needs met by juggling both situations in a third-party narrative. I promise you, that's exactly what I'm seeing. Being like this, holding both coins, the trauma bond back and forth, crumbs versus loaves, with the new pentacle, this person enjoyed doing this because it's like they would do whatever they got to do in a regular day-to-day, which is, I'm not sure, work, water plants outside. I don't know why I wanted to say that. Somebody here might have a garden that they work on. They get their needs met, 9 cups fulfilled by juggling both. It's like, yes, I am enjoying this newfound thing, this new way, and, you know, dealing with my trauma bond, very back and forth. Interesting. This is someone who enjoyed this. They did. They were juggling 2 lives. So what's this going to be? It's giving trauma bond versus the new age. I don't know. Something here is very new to this person. It's like, huh? And then the other thing is like, that's the tried and true. Death card. The divine is saying there's an ending here to this narrative. Indefinitely so. 3 of Wands. This is someone turning their back on something. Another 3. Yeah. There's a death. There's the death of the way this person changed, I'm hearing. It's not, wow, okay, so it's not like something organically happened. Could be, because I did see the Tower. The Death card is telling me this person has changed. They have changed. Because, what's at the bottom here? 2 of Wands, yeah. This is making a choice. This is actively making a choice. The 2 of Pentacles always looks like a little dancey dance. The 2 of Wands is free will. This is someone who's changed. They are the ones who had a death and rebirth experience. And from the 2 to the 3 of Wands, they're progressing to head to the 4 of Wands they want to see and envision for themselves. This is not something that happens overnight. Okay? This is someone who had a trauma bond. So that means that their traumas, whatever kind, whether it be abandonment, wounds, abuse, I don't know, something was abusive. That's what kept them in that trauma bond with a codependent partner, and it felt safe with that person because there's something reliable in the loop, okay? And they've been together, I feel, on and off for at least 10 years. This is very specific, but this is it's like a trauma bond. I'm hearing 7 to 10, okay? That's for some or more. But there were at least 7 years spent in this trauma bond, all right? And I'm getting a vibe of like, that's the devil they know. So it's very hard to just let go of that and fully embrace this, not knowing that it ever existed in this way for them, right? Because some people are like, oh yeah, people can have this and that, but that's never really accessible to me until it does become accessible to you. And what do you do then, right? So this is someone who's they've changed. I'm hearing, I'm getting a backstory versus where things are right now, and there's progressive shifts happening. It's like this person found, like, I'm looking at the body language, right? This person started leaning towards one wand over the other until they've eventually turned their back, okay? And that is transformational. This could cause endings around them, especially to things that aided to their trauma bond. The Magician to the world. I'm telling you, they are the ones manifesting this cycle closing. Ace of Swords. That's a clear headspace. For some of you, it's the pain that brought about a clear headspace. I have 3 threes now. 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords that I'm seeing here. For some of you, in the pain, they realize their truth. Sometimes it's the pain of the past. You digest certain truths. It's the pain that other people give us and expose us to that we realize certain truths. Sometimes painful truths can set you free. Something like that has occurred in this person, why they themselves are changing here. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Yeah, there are 2 queens here. I'm hearing that both people, I don't know if these are like 2 options, but I'm hearing they have their qualities, okay? I'm getting a grounded energy. Somebody here could also be like a parent, because I'm seeing my Page of Pentacles now, my Queen of Pentacles. I have the Queen of Water, the Star, the Fool, the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, I'm telling you, there's something here that a person... It's almost like I'm just seeing brand new. Look here. This is all brand new energy. But why I'm seeing 2 people is because this death, right, this change within a person, dealing with likely 2 different individuals, okay? And I don't know on what levels, because it varies. I'm seeing something being platonic. I saw another situation looking more sexual than anything. So it depends, right? I see this change within a person causing for a shift in partner, likely. But also, it's like, due to this person changing, certain qualities of one person isn't really going to accommodate how they now feel or vibrate. Does that make sense? I see a shift, but the Death card is here with this Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Cups because someone is switching. And I'm seeing a lot of new energy. This didn't come easy though. Like, this is like, I don't want these opportunities, or I don't want these shifts to go to someone else. Like, this is what that feels like to me, because this Ace to the Fool, the Star, and the Queen of Cups looking very different to this Queen of Pentacles. Somebody here could also be a father or a mother to someone's kids, okay? That's what I'm reading. We have the Seven of Cups. Yeah. There was also an illusion casted that made somebody doubt even more what to do. It's like there's someone here who kind of painted a haze over a situation that really made a person doubt. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups. What was this confusion about? Whatever the confusion was, it hurt somebody to find out. Someone here could have caused the person a lot of pain to keep them stuck, stifled, like in the trauma bond is what I'm hearing. Whatever this haze was, this confusion, this delusion that somebody painted, it's like, let me paint this picture of a situation. It fueled the trauma bond, making this person even more like doubtful of their choices. It's like this person is kind of a victim of their past. I'm feeling it strongly. It's like they don't trust themselves. So any weird shift makes this person very insecure to trust themselves. And then yes, I just called it a trauma bond, and the devil's behind the Eight of Swords. What did I tell you? This is a trauma bond. King of Pentacles, justice for some of you. These people had a lot going for them, because I see the Queen of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. These two could be parents, homeowners, actual committed people. Look at this. This is not even... Someone did something. Look, you know what this is giving me? For some, this is even like baseless threats, or like, if you're going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's based on, I keep hearing, it's based on this person's weakness. So this person has a weakness, and whoever is exploiting this weakness, it's like, I'm going to tell you things that are really a crock of BS, but I know that it's going to trigger your weakness so that you can continue being indecisive and heartbroken about your own decision making. Terrible. All to avoid this person releasing themselves, because why do I feel like this is obviously the trauma bond, right? They're tethered. They're not soulmates. They're cellmates, okay? It's like we're in this hellish relationship together, but we're together. Why do I feel one person was prepared to detach themselves, right? Somebody else didn't want that. So it's like, I'm going to do this so that you can forever guess and wonder and be afraid and remain stuck in this back and forth state loop of being. I don't know if certain things were also like against the law, but I'm seeing justice and the Eight of Swords here, which is kind of strange to me, but this is a lot of karma nonetheless. I'm not going to go in whether or not someone did something illegal. I don't really care. To me, I'm reading on the energy mostly and this person's transformation, this poor soul. I mean, the thing is, you never really get out of a toxic relationship if you don't seek that healing within. If you don't explore what keeps you there, you'll never really let go, or you'll never really get that courage to drop it. This is someone who didn't want to drop this codependent relationship, y'all. That's why it's called a codependent relationship. You're dependent on it too. Both, not just one. It's like it kept them in this, you know, weird state of being where I don't want to drop it. And something this person did or said tore them up, but it kept them there. Oh my gosh, sad. It kept them right here in this bondage. That's why I kept saying trauma bond. Queen of Swords, damn. This person makes this, wow, this person probably makes this individual feel like crap too. This Queen of Swords is very sharp with their tongue. I saw it earlier as well. It's giving me Miss Trunchbull vibes. I call it Miss Trunchbull, which is that domineering principal from Matilda. Right? Miss Trunchbull is back. This is someone who thrives off of a person being heartbroken, depressed, and insecure. Really. This is very like this person mean mugging in this picture. Mean mugging straight, whoa, I heard straight to hell. Wow, stop. I heard that. It was like mean mugging and I literally said straight to hell. This person is evil. And for me to even say that, I don't talk like that. That's rude, right? But I heard that. This is someone who is a dictator and they feed off of a person feeling like shit. I'm going to say it right now. 5 of Cups, the same person. It's like they have to get out of their depression to see that there is another way. If their free will can be exercised, this is the same person, I'm telling you. This is before, this is after. Now I want to know what changed. Because this is someone who, I'm telling you, with their words, with their venom, I'm hearing. They just spew venom. They say certain things that don't make sense to most people because I'm hearing it's the inner child in them that doesn't question it. So let's say you and I, right, we're having a conversation and let's say I don't know you, right, and I just say something and it doesn't hold weight unless it's something that really, really triggers you. For other people, they would be like, oh, but that's dumb. Or I would be like, yeah, but who cares if this is said, or who cares if this person wants to hold that or pick at me for that. Let's say I have an insecurity about, I don't know, my eyebrows. And somebody comes and tells me, oh, you have terrible eyebrows. And I'm just like, I get nervous, I feel awkward. And you're like, your eyebrows look great. What the hell are you talking about? This is someone who feeds off of the insecurities of their victim in this codependent narrative, this trauma bond, right? It's like I'm painting these illusions with my words and they know this person will believe it, get insecure, heartbroken, and remain kind of in that controlled state of being. I don't really know how else to explain what I'm saying. I think you get what I mean. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. This is a weird one. Very mean. You have the Sun. So the Queen of Water. No way. You see, I'm seeing another energy. I feel like this Queen of Swords can be this Queen of Pentacles. There's something this person had said that they would expose, because the Sun is exposure. I don't know, to me it's like a meanie thing. This looks like, oh yeah, does that Queen of Cups make you happy? Or oh, does this, da-da-da? Is that so? Well, I'm going to tell them this, or I'm going to air out. What is this Sun doing beside this Queen of Swords? Yeah. It's like, I'll talk to them. I'll pay them a visit. 10 of Swords. It'll be the absolute betrayal. 10 of Pentacles. For some of you, this is someone who threatened to expose something about this person's background, family, business, money, legacy. Something here was like, oh, that's a direct betrayal to either all those things, or what I'm going to do is expose and talk and come up real sweet and tell this person all they need to know. Everything under the sun about your 10 of Pentacles, which is legacy, life, money, family, background, stability. It'll be 10 swords. This person is like painted this illusion, threatened to say certain things. This could also have something to do with a child. Okay? There's something here that this person feels defeated by. I can't really... Something has something to do with work. Okay, this person... Everything this person worked on. Or this person is threatening to say something that could put 10 swords in everything they've built. Okay? It's like a betrayal, a direct betrayal to somebody who has worked very hard for something, or something that is an exposure of secrets when it comes to things that they've done in the past, or that has built them what they have. Like there's something here, this person's like, oh yeah, I'll be real nice and go and have this conversation that will ultimately be 10 swords for you. Yeah, I always say, blaffende honden bijten niet, which means barking dogs don't bite, okay? This is a lot of woof and nothing much more. Okay, this is a hater. But that's what kept this person in this limbo, yeah? Yeah, for some of you, it's the keeper of secrets. It's a secret that keeps this person up at night. 9 swords. Good gosh. This is sick. We have an empress. 2 of wands. Well, damn. This person, not easy, you know? This is the, I feel someone else dealing with this energy. You know, you can flip it, switch it. Gender isn't specific. But someone's like, yeah, screw that. This person, oh, wow. You know what? Okay, they're telling me. There are time periods. Now, I'm talking about the trauma bond. There are time periods where this person is at odds with them and they go, right? It's like, yeah, what Spirit is saying is that they've reached another point where they're deserting this person, 5 of Pentacles. So the individual who was back and forth in this trauma bond has reached yet another period or a cycle where they're ditching this person again. I don't know how, I don't know why. It happens in cycles, I'm hearing. So whether it is when they have a fight, they go away, or they take distance for, I don't know, a couple days, a week. This person has hit yet another cycle of exactly that. Okay. This time in this cycle, this person is choosing something else or someone else. This person could be moving out of self-love, choosing that path. Okay. It's no longer Mr. Juggly man or Mrs. Juggly chick. Okay. No more juggling. No more juggle. It's like, okay, I'm making a clear, conscious choice, because this has happened a couple times where this person now has reached the point where it's like, okay, I'm prepared to desert them again. Now, the old them would return after a week, 2 weeks, a month, who knows, who cares, right? But they're no longer juggling. They have actually chosen another path that is more fruitful, more prosperous, likely more emotionally fulfilling, abundant, where unconditional love resides, because that's what the Empress gives, right? I feel like this person has it inside. They're aware, they're well aware of what it looks like, feels like, smells like. This person is going to a path where abundance resides. Yeah, what can I say? That's what they're doing this differently this time around in this abandonment, where they're abandoning the trauma bond cellmate. Okay. King of Pentacles. Can't make it up. 8 of Cups. That's saying goodbye. That's turning one's back. This is the other person to this situation. Okay, that'll be their justice. That's the only way the scales balance, because this person has been back and forth in this trauma bond for too long. Can't make it up. That's how the contract ends. This person has a karmic contract with them. Look at this. This is a contract, and this is the karmic attached to that ish. Okay, there's a lot of emotions here. For some of you, this is something to do with children. You know, sometimes our kids are our karma, as they like to say. Whoa, my old digestive tract reacted to that. Facts, okay? Unbelievable. This person in that detachment, look. This was all they knew. Yo, this is definitely trauma bond on crack. Devil, 8 of Swords. That's how they end the cycle. Emotional detachment. There was something with their emotions that had them returning each time. What else do we need to know here? This is an interesting reading. A truth is very heavy. This took a long time. This is divine timing. What did I say about 7 years? This could be 7 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Pentacles, 7 years or more. This took a long time for this person to break free. There is a truth here that's very, very heavy. A very heavy burden to carry. I'm going to pick a little bit more on this truth because I find it very interesting. Okay. But this person is now free. There's a sense of freedom from this. This person had to reach the end of this cycle, and I feel like it's been a span of 7 to 10 years or more. Okay. This is this person reaching that point now. Something that this 9 wands, which they were in survival mode, right? This person was in survival mode in this relationship. They've now reached 10 wands. And it's like it took them to get to this level of burden for them to realize the truth. So this is something where it's like this person would have kept staying in this wounded warrior state of being until it was too burdensome to bear. And there's a heavy truth and a heavy lesson in this too burdened to bear state of being that this person had to wake up to. It's like, zing, damn, I carried 10 wands in this. There's a truth in this pain. There's a truth in the weight of this that they're carrying. This is I feel, internal truth. I'm going to pick on this because this is what actually sets them to the number 0. Free. They're going to heal from this. This is for some of you, an emperor who will now have stiff boundaries. For some of you, they're getting medical help. Wow. For some of you, this person, this could be a doctor. This could be a professional, a judge, ordering this for this person to get some help. There's something more serious here. Okay, this is very secretive. There's something here. There could also be a past secret here about this situation. Anyway, this truth can look differently for all. Tell me more about this truth. This truth can look differently for all. This truth has something to do with their choices and partners, the lovers. The truth being they need to choose a different wand. They need to choose a different partner. The Ace of Wands is a new, passionate beginning. The lovers is the truth in the partners I pick. I'm hearing. My gosh, that came out so heavy too. The truth in the partners I pick. Okay. Yeah. And why? Yeah, it's like, why did I stick to this person? Why do I keep going back to this person? You have to ask yourself these questions. Otherwise, you'll never, ever break free. Something was a miserable cycle to be in, but they're hanging on to it because of their issues. That's why it's called a trauma bond. Fear and anxiety. For some of you, this person was constantly in a state of fear and anxiety, which makes sense because that's where this Bowser energy / Trunchbull energy put them in. This person knew exactly what to tickle. It's like, let me tickle your little funny bone so that you're stuck in fear and anxiety again. That's all this person did. I'm telling you, this individual studied them. A Queen of Swords is very, very smart now. Intelligent, resourceful with their words, sharp when they need to be, but very good at painting illusions because that's exactly what this person did. And it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It wasn't the real deal, but enough to keep this person in a state of fear until this individual understood why they kept being in this burdened state of being. This person had to heal the pain of the past, the pain of whatever they were experiencing, to head to this point again where they desert this Bowser. But I promise you, they have before, and they always return until this one time. This one time this person got the epiphany they needed to be like, well, damn, now I understand why I keep going back to this person. Now I understand the truth in the partners I pick and keep. I hope that makes sense, y'all. Anywho, important conversation could be coming up here. Well, damn. Speak your truth. This person never really stood up for themselves. I can feel that. Take control. Yeah, certain things are out of control. I feel their health, for one. There are a lot of burdens this person carried. Something here could have even been kind of abusive. This person spent a long time not speaking their truth either, or standing up for themselves, because this is the more wordsy person now. They need to take control of their life again. I feel somebody bigger or in a more higher or knowledgeable position told this person, hey, you need to take control of your life. This is getting out of hand. This is not okay. A doctor could have advised this person. Yeah, this is a self-worth lesson. You'll only deal with crappy circumstances if you feel you're worthy of that. It's once you grow into that sense of self-love and self-worth, you no longer care to deal with these things. That can only be found in isolation. This is someone, yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit more of that, because this person is in a period of isolation where the Bowser, I don't know why I'm calling it Bowser, could be a Bowser or a Trunchbull, man or woman. This Bowser energy is like, they're not coming back. They usually come back around this time now. They're getting unsettled. They're getting unsettled. It's like this person is self-isolating. Yeah, closure. Yeah, because they want to close it out. They're not looking to come back. Newsflash to you. Yo, ghosted. Bye. That's for some the closure the karmic is getting. Okay, this karmic bond. Whatever this trauma bond was, the closure is in ghosting your ass. because something about this energy knows how to play on their funny bone. But there's something happening in this time around, in this desertion. This is a trauma bond. Very unhealthy for each other too, I'm hearing. Something is changing. And it was in the beginning. It was in the very beginning when I saw it. I said, this person's independence is here, but they're trying to sneak away. There could be a Victoria in the story, because I saw that lit up on my screen earlier. Tell me, in this moment here, that person's like, this person hasn't come back yet. Yeah, they're waiting. King of Pentacles, I'm telling you, this is someone who's intentionally looking and examining their choices. It's like they're looking at how they spent the last 7 years of their life versus what they want to choose, because they realize, I do have a choice. I do have free will, and I can make this choice for myself. It's like the reason why this person is not returning is because they're looking. It's so funny where the face is, right? It's like they're looking at how they spend their time versus how they could be spending their time in making a different choice. This person didn't really believe they had a choice. I'm going to be very honest. I don't know why I feel like this person didn't feel like they had a different choice. Self-worth, I'm hearing. Yeah, death. Something is changing indefinitely, and this person's having a new beginning. That's all I can see. It's like the way they pick their partners, the choices they make, there's a transformation around that. There's a transformation around this person. And there sure as hell is a new beginning in picking a person that is healthy, ordained even for some of you. Because every time I see the Lover's card, it could be a soulmate, right? Or just someone that's healthier. This person needed to heal. I feel this person had a timeout. For some of you, this person had a heart issue for some. Look, look, look. There's that doctor again. King of Swords telling this guy, like, listen. Ace of Swords. Listen, you can't do this to yourself. Something here was creepy. Like, it's just this. This King of Swords to me is always a professional. That person is part of the truth. Whether this be a therapist, a doctor, an advisor. It's like all this pain is putting you out of here. It's like it's giving you a timeout. I'm telling you. I know what I'm feeling. Whoa, that was a lot. Trauma bonds, trauma bonds, trauma bonds. So funny. You know, sometimes when I think about it, it's like I can't really remember a situation that I was in where I identify with being with somebody for so long. Yo, if I sniff a karmic, that situation will last like max 4 months, and I wasn't even awakened yet. It's like, this smells toxic. Deuces. Like, that's me. Your ass won't survive past 4 months with me. Let me tell you that much. Okay, if you toxic. I smell it. That's why I can't imagine 7 years. Like, yo, shoot. I don't want all my good years to go away. Shoot. I'm trying to reserve myself for the right person, all right? Not staying in I'm telling you, staying in a karmic situation. This person's protected energetically too. Everything around this person's base chakra is changing. Archangel Michael, that's the fiercest archangel in the deck. Thank you, Jesus. Come on in, Archangel Michael. Okay. Do your thing, sir. Okay, this one's, yeah, shifting the base chakra around. This is going to be a bit of a like roller coaster for someone, because the anxiety of the trauma bond being severed is exactly what this is. You know, I don't know if you guys know some of those meditations, but it's like when they have Archangel Michael meditations, they even say like, yo, can you sever these ties with so and so? What do you think you're going to do with that? This energy is making a karmic energy, or anyone who has a trauma bond right now under these circumstances, very anxious, because they know it is the time. It's like they know it's really the time. This energy feels it too. The world, the cycle is no more. It's closing. It'll be a thing of the past. And some people are like, I need to heal now. I need to realize why I'm so upset and why I feel so anxious and why. everything is getting reset. Okay, it's like, yeah, someone is walking away for good this time, I'm hearing. And that's so funny. There was a song that I heard in the beginning in my head where it's like, I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. Something like that. This person is walking away for themselves. And that's why it's like this person's anxious, because they can feel the cord being cut. And it's not a literal cord cutting thing, because I don't really, you know, I don't know about any of that. But to me, it's like an energetic cord. It's like the contract is done. Like this person learned what they needed to learn. You likely too, but clearly not really. If you're still clinging on to this person, that the person who clung on, you know, is in a lot of anxiety because they feel it now. And they're like expecting to see this person, hear from this person. I hate to break it to you, but I don't feel that happening for whoever this reading is for, right? Someone is walking away and they mean it this time. And somebody needs to be prepared for that. Because this is like pulling hair out of my head, cray, uncomfortable right now because of the balance being restored, yeah? Last cards. This trauma bond needed this. Yeah, look, I feel like this is someone who's like waiting for a text or something. I don't know. They're crying. Someone walked away for good this time because they've digested everything they needed to know. Wow. You know, and that's why I said I don't care if something was like against the law, blah, blah, blah. I don't care, blah, blah, blah. Well, for some of you, someone really did something that was way out of hand, also being a final straw. That King of Swords could easily be a cop or a doctor if somebody hurt a person. Yeah, that would definitely be like, yeah, how am I going to ever see your face again and be all cookies and cream with you in return to you if you put my ass in a hospital? Yeah, those things can be wake-up calls too. Someone had a run-in with the law though. Okay. That's the first thing. That's how people got off this roller coaster ride. It's because someone here, oh my gosh, I can't make it up. This reading could coincide with my zombie thumbnail reading where I said it's over. This could have something to do with that reading because this is in the reverse. There's no such thing as resurrecting the past when my zombie is in the reverse. Okay. This is someone who was in denial. Yes, what did I say? This person was holding someone's secrets over their head. It says, I know all of their dirty little secrets and I'm going to tell. It's giving kiss and tell. Because that's how they are. They're just running toxic. It's a trauma bond. I felt that. It was like, well, I'm going to tell so-and-so and I'm going to Can it. Yeah, to sabotage. That's how they said I will sabotage it at all costs. I feel like they told this person too. Yeah, it's giving boo-hooing. Yeah, someone here played the victim very well as well, maybe. This says I use emotional manipulation to get my way. Jeez, I'm crow. See, nobody has time for that. It's 2023 for crying out loud. People are becoming smarter and wiser. They start seeing through things. It's like, I see what you're doing. This won't work anymore after a while. I think too many people are waking up to smell the coffee. I'm at the heart of their confusion and delusion. What did I say about the smoke and mirrors haze? It's like, oh my God, they know how to trigger this person's trauma. Whatever it is, to each their own, it looks different. That's why you gotta heal. They knew how to put this person in a depressed state of being. It's like, well, if I'm depressed, you have to be depressed and a mess with me too. Yeah, I think not. Prospect karmic. There's something this person did where they didn't clean up all their tracks that is getting, seeing the light of justice. Currently receiving karma for my wrongdoings. I feel somebody here did something. They maybe tried to play innocent. They thought they burned the evidence, but they didn't. And that's seeing the light of also consequences, yeah? But there's something here where it's like, yeah, this is done. I've learned my lessons here and it's time to embark on something new. After a healing phase. Yeah. Not just any inner child healing, because I promise you someone played on a person's inner child. Autumn could be of significance. I mean, are we not entering autumn soon? This person might resurface. I feel this person's healing right now. And this is a message to a person who was waiting on somebody to call them back, come back. If you identify where you're in an ongoing loop with somebody and they're not answering the phone, or they're, you know, suspiciously quiet, or they're tiptoeing and avoiding you, is because they've likely learned the lesson of the trauma bond, of which you probably should too. I don't know why I feel like I'm speaking to a karmic too. It's like both of y'all were karmics. Somebody here might get an unexpected message. If you know, because there was a third, this is a third party narrative I'm reading on. If there is a third person here somewhere, you could get an unexpected message in the autumn. This is all about healing old wounds. I don't care who you are in the story, okay? People are bad guys, however you choose to paint the story. Everyone is a bad guy in someone's story. Heal. If you are in a trauma bond, you need to heal after this is severed. If you have been lucky enough to have this guy right here show you the way, give thanks to God. Heal why you were in that ongoing loop and you felt like you had to go back to this person like crack or like white on rice because you can't do without, and for whatever reason, heal and be thankful and move on with your life. Move on with your bad self, okay? End of a cycle. That's what I have for you. If this reading resonated, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, bye.